Hi, and welcome back to Pittman's Pumpkin Patch, Pittman's Garden Patch. It is August the 19th, 2016, and today I want to do a video on onions. Some might be asking, well, why are you talking about onions when your title of your channel is Pittman's Pumpkin Patch? Well, it also says and Garden Patch. Um, so, I grow a lot of other things besides pumpkins. But pumpkins was the original thing that I started to grow, and so that kind of stuck. Plus, I love the season of fall and Halloween, things like that. And pumpkin seems to be is the thing that gets associated with that time of the year. So it's something that just helps remind me of how much I love the season of fall. So on to the onions. Here I have a flat of onions seeds. You can see the green seeds right there. Those are easier to see. Now those happen to be treated onion seeds. I didn't know I was getting treated onion seeds. I must have missed that in the description. That's why there's a green. Otherwise the seeds are black. And so all the other seeds, you won't obviously be able to see them, but they are in there. And what I'm doing is I have three varieties. Candy. These are all sweet onions. Candy variety. Then I've gone to the Texas sweet onions, the 1015Y. And they call it a 1015Y because in Texas you want to have these planted out by October 15th of the year. And at the end I have the Kelsey giant sweet onions, and supposedly the Kelsey giant has set a Guinness Book of World Record for the largest onion grown. So I figured I'd just try some. And so what's going on here is I put about maybe 8 to 10 seeds or so, maybe a little bit more, per individual cell. And but before I did all of that, what I did was I pre-mixed my soil, and I had some, seed starting mix and some other, organic potting mix, and I mixed it all together, and I watered it down, got it mixed all together because a lot of it has sphagnum peat moss in it, and that needs to be pre-moistened so that it doesn't get all crusty and hard when it gets dry, when it starts to dry out, and you don't want the stuff to float, which it tends to do when you put water in there to water your seedlings. So best to pre-moisten the soil first. Don't get it sopping wet, but get it moist, and then you just mix it all around. And I added a little bit of granule fertilizer to it, organic stuff, and then I also, some of the liquid that I put in there was liquid fertilizer, a very low dose of organic liquid fertilizer, and that helped to get nutrients already into the soil, soaked in there with the peat moss, so that when the seedlings germinate and everything, they already have some nutrients to grow on. So that's just my way of doing it. Other people don't do that, and that's fine. So once you have your soil mixed and ready, and I am doing this in a tote this year because I find it's going to be easier. It's less cleanup, less mess, and I can keep my soil in here, the stuff that I don't use, and I just put the lid on it, and it's fine. And then I can come in there and I put the tray downside. I take my, scoop up a bunch of soil, just put it all over the flat, spread it out, pack it down a little bit, thumb pack it down in there a little bit, add a little bit more soil on top, kind of tap it down just a little bit, and then now you're at the stage where you put the seeds in. And see, I left a little bit of room at the top so that I can add a little bit of a light layer of soil on top of that, and that will allow me to will give cover to the seeds and allow them to germinate. And again, this is already pre-moistened, so it's already ready to go. Okay, so again, you're just going to take some soil, a little bit of soil, just sprinkle it around. A little bit here. there, a little bit there. You know, just a little bit. And then you're just going to smooth it over. Smooth the soil. Sorry for the shakiness. I don't have a tripod, but you just smooth it over top of it like that. You know, just smooth it over. And once you got that done, then you're just going to give a light little tap to it to put the soil down on top of it just a little bit. You know, you don't want to go crazy because these are very small seeds, so they don't need a whole lot of soil on top of them. Maybe an 1/8 of an inch or maybe a quarter at the most. And that's all you really need to do. And I'm not going to put them in direct sunlight, but I am going to leave them outside so that the heat helps to germinate, but I'm going to keep them in the shade. Once they germinate, then I'll put them out into the sun a little bit more, and I'll put them out into the direct sun more. Okay, and some might be asking, well, why are you growing onion seeds right now at the end of summer, towards the end of summer? Well, these are going to take about a month or two. Once they germinate, they'll be in these cells for about a month or two. And then come, maybe October, sometime in October, I will transplant them out into the garden, just like I did last year. And you plant your bulb kind of vegetables or any kind of bulb in the fall. If you want them to grow big and strong and be ready in the spring, you start them in the fall. And you guys saw an earlier video of mine of my onion harvest from this year. And those onions were grocery store size, and they were huge. Most of them were. And that is attributed to planting them in the late summer and transplanting them out in the fall, and just let them go all winter long. They'll be fine. And they will, when spring comes back around, they will kick back off, start to grow again, and you will have some nice big size onions. Okay? All right. So from Pittman's Pumpkin Patch, Pittman's Garden Patch, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing. If you have any questions or comments, post them down below, please. Thank you.